Call this meeting to order. Wednesday, April 20th, 2016, approximately 10 minutes after 5. We have a quorum. First thing is reading approval of the minutes from March 1st. Y'all should have had it in your packet. I hear a motion to approve minutes.
Motion approved is read in our packets.
Do I have a second?
Second.
First and second. All in favor? Okay. Motion passed. Okay. Second thing on the agenda is application. Is it Shonda? Am I saying this correct? Shandell, sorry. Thank you. Shandell. Horton Gun. On premises build permit for the Hangar Bar and Grill located at 1018 South College Street. And Chief Brisson,
Yes.
you want to tell us about the fire inspection?
I talked with Terry, and the building is up to fire code, but right now I cannot sign off on fire inspection because the hood system needs to be done. But he has already talked to Mr. Trussell. Mr. Trussell called me. It's gonna service the hood. He'll be there tomorrow afternoon.
It's up this month, and I'm gonna go ahead and have him come in and redo it, since it's starting new again.
Okay.
So, and then I'll have him bill her contract where he comes in. So,
Okay.
But other than that, everything's good as far as that goes.
Okay. So basically, if you're still owning the building,
Yes.
you're basically going to, okay. And Officer Richie.
Richard Lewis.
um,
I don't, as far as I can tell, we don't have any problem. I think, Ms. Gunn does have, some criminal history, but it's been past the 10-year rule.
Okay. Any questions? And members?
Is that opening the bar or just the bar and the restaurant?
We're opening the restaurant that was on the side. That's going to be more like for events and catering and special events like that. We're going to try to keep that pretty busy. We've already got several already reserved. And eventually, we'll probably end up opening it again.
So you're gonna be serving food also.
Oh, yeah.
And she's updated on the tips program and everything.
We'll do that.
She's aware of all that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to approve.
Approve all that, okay.
So I have a motion to approve the permit.
Motion to approve.
Do I need a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Have a first and second. All in favor? We have a couple things we got. I want you to know that Winchester Police Department and the Sheriff's Department do sting operations. And I'm going to give you this from our attorney Greg, letting you know that they can do a sting operation at any time in your place of business. If you get caught in any violation, you will be brought before the board. And it has stipulations in there about first, second, third things. All right. The other thing is the TIPS program. You've heard about that, and I'm sure you're gonna have to do that because you're gonna be serving the other alcohol. That's the TIPS program. That's the law concerning the TIPS program.
Now, do all of the servers and the bartenders have to do the program before we open? Do they need to go ahead and be certified?
They
with
have
tips
to,
first?
they have, my understanding, especially the hard liquor,
Right.
it has to be, they have to go through that program.
Okay.
The ABC should, I thought they would have told you that, but for beer, they don't necessarily, but for an ABC license.
ABC allows you 60 days from the date of hire of any employee for them to get their
Then you
card.
get that, well,
But-
they have a,
But being said, 90% of all servers and waitresses that work, come here, place, pretty much everybody around the class
Already has it.
had a card already.
Right,
And the young lady that does that class will come to her bar
Yeah.
and throw it for everybody like that one day, and you can get that out of the way. I mean, it's like it's good, like, a lot of good ideas, good program. But as far as the ABC, it's 60 days with data hire.
okay. But that's for you, is that just your new employees? Or is
That's everybody except the owner. That's
The owner has-
anybody that's gonna serve alcohol. If she decides to serve, then she has to have it as well. Anybody that hands a drink to somebody has to have that.
I knew they were a little, the beer is a little more lenient, but the hard liquor,
Yeah.
it's pretty set in stone through the ABC. So it's in the record that we gave you those programs. As far as your, business license, you can come here tomorrow and get it and, pay the fee. They tell you the fee. I think it's $70. It's prorated. All right? And you just talk to Judy tomorrow.
At the city hall.
Yeah, at City Hall.
Do I need any special paperwork for that? or-
She'll have everything that you gotta put in up. Okay? All right. Next thing on the agenda is review the state of Tennessee ordinance special beer permit for nonprofit organizations. This is the follow-up from March 1st, and I think you're gonna give us information on
Well,
this.
first, I was getting part of my hand whacked off. That's the reason I wasn't here. But there's been some provisions in the law in the last year, and it looks like when the wine and grocery stores legislation was going through, of course, the ABC controls all that as far as Kroger and everything. They added these provisions dealing with what they refer to as a special occasion license. The ABC refers to it as that. The effect of it is that a 501c3 nonprofit, like the people that have come before us, the downtown group, can apply to the ABC for one of these special occasion licenses. Essentially bypass the beer board. They have their own set of guidelines. I've read through it, went into effect July 1 of 15 is when it went into effect. And they allow them to have 12 events a year. And that's not, our people don't want to do that, they just want to have 2. But essentially, it takes those special event permits out of our hands and puts it on the lap of the ABC. The only
They
thing.
still have to come before council though.
They still have to come before the council as to designate the place that they can have their event. Yes, ma'am. But they've got their own fee to charge, they've got their own form to fill out and make sure that they're in good standing 501, charitable corporation and all of that. So essentially, that's just another headache that y'all don't have to deal with anymore. But the council will have to hear and receive the, when they want to have them, and they have to have a designated place. And that's in the statute too. It says,
So basically, any 501c3 can get their permits through the state
yes, sir.
and come through and.
Through the ABC, right through the
ABC.
state. Right.
Yeah, through the ABC.
And have that. It's 57, 4, 101, and 102, and has a special occasion. They call it a special occasion license rather than, I forget what it used to be in the old statute, was a one-time special one-day permit or something. They referred to as something else, but.
Yeah. Is it also, their servers can be volunteers and they don't have to go through the TIPS
Yeah,
program at
yeah,
all?
they can be volunteers, right. They can
Okay.
be, they have to have their own insurance, the one-day insurance like we require them to have. The guidelines that they have, frankly, fall pretty much in line with the guidelines that we've had for issuing those permits ourselves. And with some few exceptions, it's more lax than the ones we have, because, like I said, they can have 12 events a year. They've made special provisions for these people that make homemade wine and the wineries that are, in Tennessee, and made special provisions so they can allow them to have events like that. They were just trying to, I think, cater to some of those businesses, it looked like to me. But it's on the books and has been since last year, and I never did hear, did they go through the ABC and get their permit?
They did. They
Okay.
did. Or they were, that's the last I heard, that's what, they've gone through the city.
I heard that they were going to, but
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
whether they.
that's my understanding, that's what they're gonna do, they're gonna follow through that.
But that's,
So basically, anybody that comes through, they need to go through them, or they can still come through us.
they could still come through us.
It's up
but
to them.
If I was somebody and I was the charitable corporation, I'd go to the ABC.
Yeah. Do they have fees with them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They have fees. They've got a $100 application fee. They have to provide a certificate of insurance for whatever day the event's gonna happen. Like I said, pretty much.
That would be the only thing, I don't think we have any fees attached to ours.
No, that's an application fee.
Oh,
now,
okay.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know, they call it a license fee. Well, they have a license fee of $100 and an application fee, so they've got both.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody got any questions for Greg on that?
Pretty clear.
We will put the burden on them, and like I said, the ABC is going to be, their workload's going to be a lot more because of this wine and grocery stores thing that goes into effect July 1. They're going to have to, monitor that and do all the stuff for that. And I think this came about at the same time they were putting the regulations and the statutes together for that.
And Jenny, downtown's already the city council have already cleared them for their
I think we were
first.
waiting to find out what
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, we got it 2 times a year. So
right.
does council take precedence or does this take?
They've got to come before us to designate the designated area, if it's on
If-
public property.
Yeah, that was my question. If it's on private property, they don't really have to go through the city?
They just have to have written permission from who the property owner is.
Okay.
But if it's on city property, like the downtown group is doing here, they have to come before the council and get the blessing of where it's gonna be, when it's gonna be, and all that.
It's just kind of strange that the ABC do that, like especially volunteers, when they get so stringent on the business owners going through tips and
Yes, sir.
and they require them to go through all this training, and then they can have an organization come in and do 12 a year with just volunteers.
Let whoever wants to do it.
Yeah, whoever wants to do
I
it.
agree with you.
And
But the city council has the 2, right?
Right.
So if they get into 3 and 4, they still have to come before you all to get approval. This says they can do up to 12 a year.
Yeah, that's their rules, it's not ours.
Right, so you all, it still has to come before city
Right.
council.
Yeah.
if it's on city property.
Right,
Yeah. If they had an event on somebody else's private property or something, they could do that without council approval. But for these 2 events, they,
was private.
like they've always
Is
done.
that's not a city parking lot where they have farm to table.
Technically, it's not, but they've always come before us and asked.
But
But they close don't they close the road off?
For one of them, they do, yes, sir.
I
That would
think,
be the new one.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but my understanding was they were talking about having the beer in,
Yeah, the farm to table thing.
the
on
farm
Central
tables in
System.
that parking lot, but I thought that they were gonna have the beer in the, parking lot of Swafford
And then
Breeze.
that close off the
So that's
streets.
private property,
Right.
but the road will be closed off.
Right, that's when they'll have to get.
And I think, and you would know more about this too, is there like words for it's like having the alcohol outside? And even if it's on private property,
I don't know that they would be able just to take it anywhere,
No,
where
it's-
they would
it's a-
serve it and drink it.
It's a
would have to be
restricted
in a
area.
It's a restricted area.
Yeah.
They have, that's one of the provisions in the regulations, not the statute, that the designated area is a quote designated area. They can't take things off off those premises. Just like a restaurant, if you just buy a
Yeah.
glass of wine or a bottle of beer in a
Can't take it out of
restaurant,
the
can't take it
restaurant.
out the door.
If it's open like it is, like the parking lot though, is there any type of city ordinance, like open containers?
I'm sure there's a city
You walk
ordinance.
out on the
on it.
street, yeah.
Well, that's the reason I was wondering, if the parking lots.
Well, if the parking lot's private,
Yeah.
then that rule there applies, but
Right.
once they get into the public right of way,
Yeah, I'd say whatever designated area they got, the parking lot would be private, but they can't leave that area. I mean, they can't walk out on the sidewalk, or, I would say they can't even walk off that, so they can't walk, if their car's parked across the street or whatever, they can't
not
walk
take
over there.
anything with them,
They can't
right.
Take anything with them, yeah.
It's pretty much the rule, just like it is in a restaurant.
Okay.
You know, when you
Basically.
buy something in the restaurant, you stay in the restaurant, and same situation, except it's an open
Open
area.
area.
Yes, sir.
Anybody got anything else?
It's clear.
All right, if we're, no other business, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I hear, we have a first and second, do I hear?
Yay.
Yes. Thank you all.